You know, it's kind of funny. So I had to wake up a little bit earlier to watch this game, as I'm sure you probably had to too, unless you're a normal person and you wake up at like 9 or something on the weekend, which is not me. But had to get out of bed early, check up on this hockey game between the Vancouver Canucks and the Buffalo Sabres, and I will say, after about 5-ish minutes of watching this game, where it was a really quick start, both of the teams were flying, we didn't have a whistle for a few minutes, and both teams were just really getting into it. I kind of sat back and I said to myself, you know what? I think the Canucks are going to win this game. And I really did call it, but it was like a subconscious thing in my head. I was watching it and I was like, you know what? I really think that we're going to win. So, the Vancouver Canucks eventually do that. It is a really nice 6-3 final score for Vancouver over the Buffalo Sabres in Buffalo. We are no longer in Florida, boys, so the team doesn't have any reason to blow these games like they did with Florida, like they did with Tampa Bay. And we saw things right off the bat with a pretty nice hot pace start. Both teams getting in there, the Vancouver Canucks really just taking it to the Sabres. The Canucks had a power play early on that actually looked really, really good. It wasn't productive. The first unit was out there, they didn't score any goals. The second unit was out there, they didn't score any goals. But after that power play, I was kind of thinking to myself, yeah, okay, we're going to win this game. That was a great power play. If that's the effort that the guys are going to show in tonight, or today, I think the team has a really, really good shot at winning this game. The first power play was actually getting shots towards the goal. They were moving around. It wasn't static like it was previously during the team's 7-game win streak. And overall, I was really, really impressed with what we saw. And there was also one moment, about 9-ish minutes in, after the Sabres got the first goal. It was Brandon Montour. He gets a really, really nice slap shot after the Canucks are pretty much on a 3-minute penalty kill because they kill off a full 2 minutes in their own zone, but the Sabres keep possession. Eichel is out there the entire time, and the Canucks are tired. So that was the first goal of the game, but a bit after that, there was a moment where Brock Boeser had the puck coming in on a really good rush. He had it on the left side, and he had a lot of space to shoot. It was at this point where Boeser turned around, he tried to center it for Pettersson, he tried to feed it through 2 Buffalo Sabres, and the play was broken up, it went back the other way, and there was no goal off of that. That was the moment where I was kind of like, okay, Brock Boeser just screwed up. And this is something that he's been doing throughout the past few games, where he's trying to force these passes to Petey instead of just shooting the puck. He's trying to make the fancy play and not the safe play. Well, we got ourselves a treat here in this one because Brock Boeser gets himself the next goal of the game. Give it a few minutes later. It's Troy Stecher and JT Miller with the assists. Stecher throws it right through the crease. Boeser is there tied up in the middle. He extends the stick behind him, directs the puck in the net, and it's 1-1 at this point. Boeser has 15 goals on the year, and all is looking well in Canuckland because, hey, the game is tied. It's a fast-paced period. And it's still pretty early in the day, so we still got a lot of room to do things outside of the game, like record YouTube videos, right? Like I'm doing right here. But that was the first period. Second period starts off with Bo Horvat, who gets himself a really nice play, assisted by Tanner Pearson and Quinn Hughes. So this one happens because Bo Horvat is trying to send a pass through the slot over to Quinn Hughes, but the pass is off of a guy and it comes right back over to Horvat and he just shoots it and he scores it. It's a really weird bounce. It's not a good goal in the slightest, and Horvat knows that. He's kind of smiling over towards the bench as he, just takes it over. But Bo Horvat gets himself another goal on the road. That's his 10th road goal, his 13th goal overall, and all of a sudden the Canucks have a 2-1 lead, quickly starting things off in the second. The Sabres, though, come back, and it's Sam Reinhart who gets a goal off of a really interesting slap shot, assisted by Dahlin, assisted by Jack Eichel. And that's all she wrote for the second period. The third period is where things start to come alive for Vancouver, and the third period is really where the Canucks take control and actually say, yeah, we're winning this game. You know how we started off the second period with a really quick goal from Bo Horvat? Well, the third period starts off with an even quicker goal from JT Miller. JT Miller gets a feed from Elias Pettersson, he comes right in, and Miller kind of fakes everybody out. He's coming in far on the right side and he's looking into the middle. It looks like he's looking for a centering pass the entire way through. So I could imagine how surprised Carter Hutton was when JT Miller quickly turned around and just threw it towards the goal. Bounces off of Carter Hutton's pads, comes right back out to JT Miller, and he absolutely roofs it. Oh boy, what a goal from Miller. A really nice deceptive play right there to get his 16th on the year. Assisted by Petey, of course. Petey's got 27 assists on the year so far. Then the Sabres quickly tie it up. It's Zemgus Girgensons off of a really interesting tip. It looks like a high stick initially, but further video review concludes that it is not. Zemgus Girgensons ties the game just like 2 minutes after Miller gives the Canucks the lead. But don't worry, Canucks fans, because that's all she wrote for the Sabres in this one. Brock Boeser earlier in the game had a shot that, from the overhead angle, looked like it went in. It looks like it goes straight in and it pops right out either through the net, behind the post, or by other means. The point is, the view that we see from the TV, it looks like it's a good goal. It crosses the goal line, it looks like it's underneath the crossbar, and video review concludes that it is not a good goal. Canucks Twitter went absolutely ablaze about this. Everybody from the TSN guys to all the fans to the radio guys just calling their shots about it, saying, oh, it's a disgrace that they disallowed this when it was clearly in from the overhead. That's what everybody thought. Everybody thought that. And then, right before the third period started, John Shorthouse and John Garrett came back on and they were like, yeah, that's not a goal. We thought it was a goal because we saw what you saw, but that's not a goal because look at this angle right here from behind the net. It clearly goes like 2 or 3 feet over the net. They play it side by side with the overhead angle that had us all believing that it was a goal, and then we all kind of look at it and we're like, yeah, okay, that's really not a goal. So, Canucks Twitter and the internet and Canucks media, we all kind of had our wits taken about us because we were like, yeah, there was a goal. Why did they not count it? But then we see later it's not a goal. Brock Boeser was the one who shot that, and he gets it right back earlier in the third period. It's a really nice play. The puck is along the boards. The Sabres have possession. Boeser comes in. He steals it right back. Then he pops out over into the slot, sends one over to a trailing Chris Tanev, who has to reach to get it. And Tanev, just like I kind of do in these NHL 20 gameplays, goes right back over to Boeser in the slot, who absolutely just loads up. He fires it into the net. It's by Carter Hutton. Boeser has his second of the game, his 16th on the year. Boeser is getting his shots on, and that is something that I noticed in this game. Brock Boeser was shooting, and he was shooting really well. It looked almost, I don't want to say entirely, but almost like the Brock Boeser in his rookie year. Taking these pucks, loading up, wristing it towards the goal, and he gets a goal from that. The other goal he scored was a tip-in, so that's not that. And there were a few other moments where Boeser had some really good looks and some really good shots on net. Is this the start for the revitalization, I guess, of Brock Boeser? I don't know. But Boeser had a wrist shot goal in this one. It looked really nice. Then we had ourselves Jake Virtanen, who scores on a 6-on-5 opportunity, set up by Tyler Mott, who has the puck on the right side. He throws it through the crease. Nobody's on Virtanen on the left side, and he shoots it, and it goes in. Really nice goal over there from Jake Virtanen. Really nice patience on the 6-on-5, too, when the Canucks have the empty net on a delayed penalty. Louis Eriksson gets himself the empty net goal off of a really nice assist from Bo Horvat as well to seal things off in a 6-3 victory for the Canucks. Brock Boeser, man, I think that was the biggest takeaway from this game, in my opinion. He gets 2 goals, which is great, but one of these goals was an absolute wrister, and he had some other really good opportunities where he did just absolutely wrist it towards the net. Slinging, shooting Brock Boeser, it looks like he's slowly making his return. Obviously, it's just one game. I don't want to put an entire career's worth of expectations on the one player just from one game. But that was nice. That was really, really nice. And the Canucks end up coming back into the win column. They steal one back from the Sabres. And that was nice too. Hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.